Alright team, welcome back to another video. And as you can see, pretty empty flat. The bags are over here. Frankie's cleaning the fridge with a hoover. Because we're leaving our Pitea flat. We packed up, the season is done, all finished. We're heading off on our holidays tomorrow. We're going to Italy for a week and then back home to England, back home to Manchester. Which is really exciting, but it is a little bit sad that we're going to be leaving the Pitea flat. So this episode of the vlog is going to be full of all sorts. A bit of travel, a bit of holidays, a bit of fun stuff, a bit of going back home, a bit of reviewing the season, and then the beginning of the off season. So it's going to be jam-packed full of stuff, but we're leaving very early tomorrow. 5:30 tomorrow, on the plane, on the way to Italy for a nice week. So, goodbye to the flat. Let's get on the plane. We made it to Stockholm. Big backpacks and a lot of stuff. When
really
you
heavy backpack.
move house via hand luggage and hold luggage, is quite a lot.
But we're doing well.
But we're getting through. So hopefully we will be in Venice. We'll be in Italy
Hopefully soon.
very soon. Wouldn't be a trip without coming to have a look at the local stadium as well. Very nice indeed. Bassano. I'm not quite sure of the name of the football team. Mountains in the background, big floodlights, flags, nice big stand. It's like an old FIFA 12 Italian little stadium. If any of you know anything about Bassano Football Club, let us know down below. Final day of the holiday in Italy.
Final day.
How have you enjoyed being completely switched off? No training for you, Franks. No matches.
No gym.
No worrying about cleaning your gloves. None of that. That's about it, really. Have you enjoyed your holiday?
I have.
You have?
I've really enjoyed my holiday. I am excited to go back to England because that means that Christmas is starting. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
I've banned Frankie from singing Christmas songs before December, but I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't give a damn.
I've eaten loads of nice pasta and puddings and pizza. It's been fantastic. Not done any training, but I've now got the itch. I'm ready to get back into it. So we will be going back tomorrow.
Yes.
And then the off season can start. But anyway, I'll see you when we get back to England. Goodbye. Back in the rain. Back in the rain.
I missed it.
Yeah. We always miss it. Alright guys, so we are back home, back on the comfy sofa, back in rainy Manchester. But you miss the rain when you're away. It wouldn't feel like home if it wasn't raining as you got off the plane. We're going to be doing an off-season diaries mini-series during the off-season, so November, December, maybe even January, depending what happens. So even though this is the final episode of Series 6, more videos will be coming, we'll carry on as always, so plenty to look forward to there. But, as I said, final episode of Series 6, it would only be right if we finish off with a little bit of a look back and a little bit of a season review. So let's start off with the team. As you can see from the table, we finished the season in 11th place, 38 points from 30 games. The positives about that, that's one more point than we got last season. Even though we finished higher up in the table last year, we managed to beat that score by 1 point this year. So 1 point better off. Another positive, it's been a very long time since a team from our area of Sweden, Norrbotten, have stayed in Division 1 for consecutive seasons. There's been plenty of teams that have gone up, stayed up, and then come down the following season. So given how far away we are from everyone else in Sweden, given the budget of the club, it is a good success that we have managed to stay in Division 1 yet again. And compared to last year, you look through the table and we have taken points off pretty much every team in the league. Last year we struggled to get points off the top 5, but this year you look at it, we took a point against Gefle, we beat Sandviken, we beat Vasalund, we drew against Sollentuna, we beat Karlstad. The problem was, all those teams have also beaten us. And that takes us on to the negative part of it. It's disappointing to finish in that position. Given that we were around 4th in the table in September, it was very poor that we didn't win any of our last 8 games, I think it was. Also, a negative goal difference. We conceded far too many goals throughout the season. We had a real opportunity as a club to really kick on and try and finish at that top half, even those top 5 places. But as you saw from the last few vlogs in the season, as soon as we were mathematically safe, we lost our intensity and we just dropped down the table, only getting draws or losses in those 8 games, which was really, really disappointing. But let's look at it personally. So I played and started 29 games out of the 30 league games. Unfortunately, I was on the bench for that final league game, not selected to play, so I didn't manage to play the full 30 games, which I really wanted to do, but 29 out of 30 is a good number. I was fit, I didn't miss a single training session or game due to injury, and I felt like I performed consistently throughout the whole year, both in my performances and also how I was feeling physically. That's something I was very pleased with. If I look back to last season, the last 5-6 games of the season, I was really, really struggling from a physical point of view. Injuries had piled up, I was fighting through it, but this year I felt as fit at the end of the season as I did at the beginning. And a lot of that is due to the work that we did on physical preparedness, me and the guys that I work with in the gym, rehabbing, prehabbing, really looking after myself so I could perform at my highest level across the full season. And if we look at my stats from the website Instat, I managed to finish the season with a shot save percentage of 73%, the exact same percentage as last year, even though I faced more shots on target than I did in the previous season. I would have liked that number to be up higher, around 80%, but still a good solid save percentage. And my passing accuracy was 85%. That's something that I'm very pleased with. I enjoyed the fact that this season we played a slightly different style of play. I was much more involved with the ball at my feet. I could try different types of passes. We were more progressive in possession. And that part of my game, even though it's something that I feel I'm good at, I feel like I made really good developments in this year. Now, the downsides. I only kept 3 clean sheets this season. That is really, really disappointing for me because given that last year we were the second most clean sheets in the league, this year I'd set myself a big target of trying to keep 10 clean sheets in the league. So to finish with 3 was a bit of a disappointment. So I think there's a learning point in there for me to be more cutthroat, more obsessed, more aggressive with the product goals like clean sheets. On reflection, I was probably a bit too focused on the process goals, on being consistent in my own performance, and I wasn't as selfish or as obsessed as I probably should have been in forcing us to keep clean sheets and therefore to concede less goals. Don't get me wrong, I really, really wanted to do it, but I feel like I could have put more emphasis on that, been more aggressive with that, almost like a striker with scoring goals. It can't be my full focus because it's not something that is in my direct control, but it's something that I can maybe bring level with that focus on the process and consistency in my own game. And finally, to round it off, I was awarded the Fans Player of the Year at the end of season 2, which is something I was very, very grateful for, something I'm very privileged to have received. As a goalkeeper, you don't normally get too many of those individual awards, so it felt really good that the fans had picked me for that award, especially given the Pitea fans have always made me feel extremely welcome ever since I came back in 2020. So thank you very much for voting if you did vote, but thank you so much to the fans for that. I'm very grateful for it, and I'm very grateful for their support throughout the whole season, not just for me, but for us as a team. And that's it. That's the final episode of Series 6 of Keeping Goals. done. As I said in the last Keeping Goals, thank you to you guys for your support throughout this year, for watching the videos, for leaving comments, for sending me messages, for all the likes, all the shares. Thank you so much. It really means a lot to me, to Johnny, to Patrick, everyone that works on the channel. We're really glad that we can bring this content to you, that you get so much value from it. That's all we've ever wanted to do with it, but thank you for that support. It really gives me that extra boost that I need throughout a very long season to stay at the top of my game, so thank you. Now, the off-season diary videos are going to start next week, and in those videos I want to answer one Q&A question from you guys in each video. I'll pick that question from the comments of the previous video. So if you have any questions that you'd like to be answered, let me know down in the comments. I will pick one, and in next week's video we'll do a little Q&A section where I answer that question in depth, and we'll keep that running throughout the off-season diary videos. And a final thing before I go, there are loads and loads of deals to be had over on the Kalia website for your gloves. With Black Friday, the build up to Christmas, there's loads of savings on there, so go and have a look, and make sure you use the discount code O'Keefe as well to give yourself a little extra saving. This week's Patron of the Week is Felix Egger. Felix, thank you for supporting us, thank you for supporting the channel. We wouldn't be able to do it without patrons like yourself, so a massive, massive thank you. But that's it for the video, guys. Thank you so much. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button, it helps us out loads, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope everything's good with you. I hope you're enjoying the World Cup, but keep chasing improvement. I'll see you next Sunday. Look after yourselves, take care, and I'll speak to you in a bit.